This is Bill Johnson, and you're listening to WithoutYourHead.com. Feed your head.
All right, we are back, and we're joined by April Monique Burril, also known as Chainsaw Sally. Welcome to Without Your Head.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you here. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Got a lot of exciting things to do, so I'm busy and happy at the same time.
You know, as we were talking beforehand, you have a lot of stuff going on, and you just said that. I'm just repeating you. Saturday, August 16th, you're going to be at the Horrifying Weekend, and then you guys can go to horrifyingweekend.com. We'll have the link right up on the website. And it's at the Marriott Inn and Conference Center in Adelphia, Maryland. Have you?
That's right near College Park for those who are around here near the area.
Is this your first time going to be attending one of the Horrifying Weekends?
No, actually, we were just at one. It was a couple of months ago. The last one they had, we were just at. I think it was in May. But no, I've been to a few of them. I mean, since I live in Maryland, every now and then I'll go to a Horrifying. Not to every single year, but you know, I like to go around and see the local horror people and hang out with them. And it's a lot of fun.
Was that something you did even before, like, you became Chainsaw Sally? Did you go to any, like, horror conventions, anything like that, just as a fan?
Actually, no. I never went to conventions until we were going for Sally, and not because of any lack of love of horror movies. I've been a horror movie person since I was a kid. But just because I'm always doing stuff. I'm like a workaholic. So if it's not something that's constructive, I've always been doing shows of some kind, if it's stage work or artwork or anything like that. I don't often go out just to go out. Mm-hmm. So
when you're at all right, when you're at something like that, does anybody ever come up and ask me to sign something unusual? Yeah. I actually had somebody buy a replica of one of my favorite chainsaws, and actually I've had two of those, now that I'm thinking about it, and had me sign those, which I thought was amazing dedication. So that was probably the most elaborate thing I've ever autographed. And they didn't have, like, the chain on them. They weren't, like, working chainsaws, or were they working chainsaws?
Oh, they were brand spanking new working chainsaws. They were, I mean, I'm really, but I don't think they were loaded with any fuel. They didn't smell.
Right. They didn't have that nice,
not that nice broken-in smell.
Mm-hmm. So. Something else you have coming up on the horizon, I guess, is the Chainsaw Sally show.
Yes, the Chainsaw Sally show, which we've been for a while talking about doing a Chainsaw Sally 2, a sequel to the first movie, and it's been a long time getting investors for that because the budget is much higher than the first movie, and we're so sick of waiting to do something with the character because there's a lot of interest in her that we decided to play around with the idea of doing. It's like an internet sitcom kind of thing, and it's going to be only on the internet because I don't think the FCC would ever let it go on the air. Because there will be a death in every episode.
Exactly.
But it's going to be very tongue-in-cheek, kind of like the Chainsaw Sally movie. It's really going to be almost more comedy than horror. But of course, I say that because I'm used to watching people die on screen all the time, and I hardly find it scary anymore.
Will there be a laugh track?
There might be a laugh track. We're thinking about a laugh track because I just think it would be really wonderful to watch people bleeding to death with a laugh track.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
That's true.
So, Jimmy O, the writer and director, has got, he's actually in the middle of the script for the second episode right now, and we've got, the first one is in pre-production, getting everybody cast and picking out our locations and everything else. And having to figure out everybody's schedule since we're not, nobody's getting paid for this. We're just doing it by the seat of our pants just to see what happens.
Yeah.
And then as we get episodes put together, we'll make DVD compilations and people will be able to buy those and collect them and do whatever they want with them.
Right. Here I thought I was being all smart.
I was going to say, well, after you get a few done, put them on DVD. But
Yeah.
I'm sure they already have
way ahead of you,
Great
man.
minds think alike.
Exactly. Any of the, besides yourself, any of the original cast from the movie in the show?
Let's see. So far, yeah, actually, we're actually bringing somebody back from the dead, sort of. The actor who plays Harvey Benton in the movie is going to be coming back, but not as his same character, because his character dies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I just spoiled it for anybody else.
Spoiler
alert.
Sorry.
But
And Sally
but
also has a chainsaw, for anyone who...
Yeah, he's coming back as a really interesting, kind of mysterious antagonist sort of character, but I don't want to tell too much about him because it'll give a lot away. Because his character, part of what's funny about his character is just how odd and unexplained he is. So he'll be coming back. The guy, well, Zeke and Earl are definitely going to have to be involved somehow. The cops, because they were just too priceless. So I'm sure they'll be back in there at some point. I know that. Who else do we have? Ruby. We've got. Here's something we can announce. We need a Ruby. Anybody local, because our original Ruby, who I love, who's one of my good friends, Alec Joseph, is moving to a different country. So he's not Ruby anymore, which really stinks because the part was written for him.
Yeah.
So we're currently looking for Ruby.
Oh man, I think
my little brother.
Yeah, I think Troy could probably play that role. He wouldn't even need to change his wardrobe or anything.
No, that'd be perfect for me.
Perfect.
Yeah. Might just have to shave, get a haircut.
Oh, that does me in right there.
Just a headshot. So yeah, we're still. I mean, we've got a few auditions lined up. We're looking for the one.
Mm-hmm. If you make an actual sequel to the movie, which I guess you guys are talking about, besides the show, will Ruby be part of that one?
Oh yes, Ruby's actually a really important part of Chainsaw Sally too. So this kind of works out well to find out now while we're doing this little sitcom thing that we need a new Ruby, because I'd rather break in a new one in a small setting like this than in a big major movie project. Because for Chainsaw Sally 2, I mean, the script's done, and Ruby is a really central part to it. So in the chat room, Russ W, he said, I must say this. Tell Sally I don't know Jimmy O. He doesn't know Jimmy O?
No.
Well, I know Jimmy O. I know what he's talking about.
All right.
From another radio show.
Oh, okay. Earlier, I don't think we brought this up in the show, but what was it like working with Herschel Gordon Lewis?
Oh, it was wonderful. Herschel is just, he's just the most charming gentleman. And he's really, really polite and chivalrous and nice and intelligent, and he has like a million stories. The whole time we were filming, whenever we were standing around on the set and we didn't have anything to do, he was just giving us all sorts of wonderful stories of things that, he happened into during his movie making days, and he's just great. He's really polite and nice without being stuck up. Mm-hmm. He's, a true gentleman.
Yeah, a little cheap plug for us. If you check out our website, which I don't know how you wouldn't be checking our website if you're listening to this, but it's withoutyourhead.com.
Just in case.
Right. Someone pirated it. You can listen to a Herschel Gordon Lewis interview from last year. Were you like a fan of his movies before he was in this movie?
Yeah, that's how we got involved with him, actually. Yeah, I love all his movies. I think 2000 Maniacs is probably my favorite. But and Wizard, of course, pretty good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Wizard, of course.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Montag is hilarious.
Oh yeah. And apparently he's not a fan of that one.
Yeah, I guess actually 2000 Maniacs he said was his favorite when I talked to him last.
I'm a Blood Feast guy myself.
Oh, Blood Feast is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I like the Blood trilogy.
Yeah.
So they're all fun. But 2000 Maniacs cracks me up because there are so many creative deaths. Especially the barrel roll is my favorite. I love the barrel roll.
Was there any death scenes that you guys wanted to film for Chainsaw Sally, but you just couldn't for if you didn't have the budget or whatever reason?
I think we actually covered everything we wanted to do, pretty much in that one. I know that we've got
big plans for the second one. So there's going to be, in the second one, I can tell you as far as like odd deaths go that are part of the reason we need a bigger budget. There's going to be a milking machine, and there's going to be, I think we're going to use a hay baler at some point, and a flying chainsaw. It's going to be very, that part's going to be very Xena warrior princess, unrealistic looking. So, crazy stuff.
All right, I'm intrigued already.
Definitely. I also, when I was listening to I think it was on the commentary track, I think you talked about Herschel's a big fan of KFC.
Yeah. Yes, he loves his fried chicken. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Kentucky Fried Chicken's his favorite. That was his only, I guess, retainer. He said, "You don't have to pay me, but we have to have KFC for our lunch."
Hey, he's a smart man.
You have nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I could just probably drink the gravy. It's good stuff. And how about Gunnar Hansen? Was it an honor to call Gunnar your father in a movie?
Yeah. He plays my father as well when in the scenes with Sally as a child. So yeah, actually, I didn't get to play opposite him.
Right.
My stepdaughter Lily, who played young Sally, she got to play with him. But he's actually become a friend of the family now. So I still call him Mr. Face because it's fun. But he's really nice. He's when Lily was, she was just a kid, so it was her first acting job, and he took her aside and ran lines with her so she wouldn't be nervous anymore. And yeah, he's really sweet. He's done a lot to promote all the Chainsaw Sally stuff and anything we need help with whenever he has interviews or anything like that. He mentions us a lot, which has helped us out a lot.
Yeah. Were you surprised by the movie has like a big cult following and the character?
Yeah, I'm continually shocked. I keep waiting for people to say, "God, we're sick of hearing about you," but nobody said it yet. At least not to my face. So that's really cool. Yeah, I'm really surprised, but pleasantly so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know from experience it's not fun for people to come up to you and tell you we're sick of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sick of you.
Oh, there. That's good. Yeah, you've only been on 10 minutes.
Oh, that's true. Give it time.
Well, will Ruby have a bigger role in the sequel, even if if it's a different Ruby, because the character was well liked?
Oh yeah. He's like, instead of an incidental kind of in between scenes character, something happens to his character, which is the kind of the central gist of the plot. Something bad happens to Ruby, and so Sally gets mad, and has to kick ass and do her thing. So,
will the show be like between the movies, or will it be like ongoing, like along with the second movie?
Well, I think the show is basically we're gonna not worry about working what happens in the second movie into it, and we're just going to kind of keep them separate for now, because unless if the movie budget comes in like sometime really, really soon, then I'm sure Jimmy's going to work some kind of segue or whatever into the plot. But for right now, we're just focusing on the show being its own entity, and based in the same, it's based from the movie and from what the internet character was, and what it is as it stands right now.
Yeah. I think it was on the commentary. I mentioned I think it was somebody got killed at the beginning. Leslie, I think, was the person who played the character that they had like a real cut. Was that the only?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, because I was chasing her through the woods, and I was really chasing her through the woods. So she ran by a thorn bush and got a really bad cut. So. Yeah, Leslie Verneau, she's bled for us. And then we made sure when she got it, Jimmy ran up to her, hold on, let me see that. And filmed it up close.
Right, if you're going to really get, cut open, don't waste it.
Yeah, well, we have good friends. They're willing to give their all.
Right. Was that the only person who got injured on the making of the movie?
Oh, let's see. I'm sure it wasn't, but that was like that's the only one that comes to mind at the moment.
Right.
I can't think of any other really big injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Not that was big. It was a scratch.
Right. Yeah, that'd be better, if anything really happened, like someone get cut, run into the woods. It's probably better than someone really got, like, their penis severed or...
Yeah, that would be a shame.
Right.
That would be a real shame.
Very famous scene in the movie. Which I found out also if you listen to the commentary. So you guys have listened to the commentary. It was April's idea to put the sparklers.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that.
That was most unpleasant.
Well, we're trying to think of things to be really horrible and disturbing and funny and twisted. And it's like, a sparkler. That's insult to injury right there.
Yep.
Brought back memories of 4th of July weekend at my house.
Yeah. And I think it was July when we were talking about it, so that's probably why I had sparklers on my mind.
Let everybody know, too, you can check out chainsawsally.org. I guess it's your official website.
Yeah, that's my official website, and forbiddenpictures.net is basically, Forbidden Pictures is all of our movie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be Planet X Entertainment, for those who see Planet X on the Chainsaw Sally stuff, but it's changed to Forbidden Pictures.
Yeah. If you go to forbiddenpictures.net, you can also find out about your previous movie, Silver Scream, which was a musical.
Yep, that was our first entry into the world of filmmaking, because we used to do Silver Scream as a live stage show for years before ever making movies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an insane experience, because it's like nothing you've ever been to. I mean, I guess it's close to, some people compare it to Rocky Horror, but it's not really like that. Maybe Rocky Horror and Oingo Boingo combined with a lot of Universal Studios stuff. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to describe it. But it's wonderful.
Uh-huh. Any like plans ever go back to do like a tour of that or anything?
We've talked about it, actually. I think Jimmy's enjoying playing with Movie World too much to want to go back to Silver Scream Live, but there's been talk. The choreographer, Katie Hutchinson, still does theater work around here, and she is talking about getting another performance together with the Covered Bridge Theater in Cecil County, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
So that might happen, but I know it's not going to happen until next year if it does.
Yeah. Have you heard from like any fans who like discovered Silver Scream like after seeing Chainsaw Sally? They went back and like discovered some of the other stuff.
Yeah, we have, and yeah, they're all, wow, it's really interesting. I mean, they like it. It's got its own smaller cult following, and I think it's such an odd movie because it was really made. Originally, it was made to try and promote the show. Because it was very hard to film the show and really get people to look at a video of a live performance and really get a feel for what it was like. Because when you watch something on video, it really takes a lot of the impact out. And so we tried to do all of the numbers on locations to really get them more involved when they were watching it, and that's when we decided it was more fun and got into movies. So it's this really stagey kind of movie. It's not really like a traditional movie at all.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we can see a musical number in Chainsaw Sally, the show.
I thought about that. Wouldn't that be a fun episode?
Definitely.
Isn't that kind of required nowadays? That every show has to have some episode that's all music.
I think so. I think they always do that in all the sitcoms. There's always an episode with.
I mean, they did it in Buffy.
Yeah.
Very special episode.
That was very special.
Very special episode of Chainsaw Sally.
On tonight's very special episode of Chainsaw Sally. I just always remember that from 21 Jump Street. Every episode was on tonight on a very special episode.
Oh yeah, those are always very special.
Yeah.
Lots of lessons to be learned. But
and you saw the Good Sisters. I don't believe that's out yet.
No, that is not out. We just we've actually got one more tiny little pickup scene, but it's basically in post-production right now. Which was that was the movie we filmed with Debbie Rashawn and myself, and we did that we did most of the filming in May, and we are playing witches. We're not very nice witches, but we might not be really witches. We might just be crazy people.
Oh.
That's very fun. Yeah, the plot, I guess I should be explaining to people, is that these two sisters
the Good sisters, as it turns out, because that's her last name, are descendants of Sarah Good from back in the days of the Salem witch trials. And in this story, at least as far as the sisters are concerned, Sarah Good, who probably in reality was some nice woman who was, falsely accused. In this story, she was really a witch, or at least they think she was really a witch, and that they're her descendants. And they have been spending their lives running from persecution. They've moved into this apartment house, or it's a big old house divided into lots of apartments, and they have this very strange neighbor who's moved in below them, and he acts really weird, and they don't know what to think of him, and they start to think that maybe him and maybe some of the other people who seem to be acting weird might be witch hunters. And during the movie, you have evidence to show that they are, evidence to show that they aren't. The sisters might be crazy, they might be right. It's a very paranoid kind of movie. It's really neat.
Yeah.
It's a very good mess with your head movie.
That one, is that going direct to DVD?
Yes, it is.
Someone
here. If you don't have millions, you've pretty much directed to DVD.
Yeah. I was trying to be insulting, right?
Oh no.
We don't have anything to DVD. So.
Yeah, so we have no place to say.
Yeah, direct to DVD, and we're hoping to have the post wrapped up in October at some point. So, because we're going to the Erie Film Festival in the beginning of October, and hopefully we'll be able to screen it there. But we'll see how fast everything goes.
Well, if you do, let us know. We'll tell everybody.
Excellent.
Yeah. What advice would you give to an aspiring aspiring movie maker?
Keep your blades sharp. and aspiring what?
Aspiring movie maker.
And be persistent and be ready to bust your ass for no money at all.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I really, that would be it. I mean, you just gotta be willing to really. You've got to work hard. Nobody's going to hand anything to you. So, work hard at what you do and make sure you do it well.
Mm-hmm. What would you recommend use for gore in a movie?
Well, use whatever works. It depends on if you have to worry about staining skin. That's always the trickiest part I found with fake blood. Staining people's skin is always the most annoying thing.
Right.
Though we have discovered, since Good Sisters, I don't know where we found this, but shaving cream rubbed on the blood stains left over by fake blood on your skin actually doesn't get rid of it, but it helps fade it out a lot.
And it tastes good.
For any of you who have to, yeah, great. But we've used the standard, what you can buy fake blood. We've also used the corn syrup and food coloring, and sometimes a little bit of acrylic paint to give it a little bit more opacity.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what the lighting is going to end up doing when it hits it.
Was there any cranberry sauce used in the movie? Because I know they mentioned that during the commentary.
Oh yeah, where did we use cranberry sauce? Probably on Leslie when she was being torn apart in the woods. We used a lot of different things.
Yeah. Be creative.
Yeah, when we the mess that happened to the ice cream girl when we poured sulfuric acid down her. That was a slop. Alec Joseph, the Ruby, that guy, he actually got to mix it. He was very excited. He got to use. There was creamed corn in there, and there was, of course, food coloring, and there was a little bit of brownie mix because the effects artist said, "Don't forget, it's going through her intestines. There should be some brown," which was nasty.
That was a pretty nasty scene.
Yeah, it was nasty. It was wonderful. The cinematographer actually had to walk out of the room afterwards. He was very grossed out.
Oh, you've done your job then.
Right.
Yeah, I was happy.
Who picked out your wardrobe?
Me.
Oh, excellent. Was it all stuff just out of your closet? Or?
For the most part, I mean, it's the stuff that it's stuff that I really like, but I could never get away with wearing to, go grocery shopping in.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I could, but it'd be hard to get my shopping done.
Right.
So. But yeah, when the character was first being put together, I mean, I've got all sorts of different sides to my personality, but a big part of it is punk, and so it's a little bit of slasher in there, and a lot of tank girl in the style wise, and then whatever else I just liked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I've always torn up stockings and such. So I tried to make things very mismatched if I could,
right.
Preferably nothing that was intact. There's got to be a hole in it, which that's very much my wardrobe. I don't think I have a piece of clothing that doesn't have a hole in it or a blob of paint on it somewhere. I attract destruction.
Did you add those in, or do you buy them like pre-holed?
Oh no, I hold them up myself.
Right.
I
pre-hold things.
I actually have the same problem with my jeans, but I think that's because of my weight.
No, jeans aren't well worn if the knees are still intact. So.
See?
You know, I actually saw last Halloween. I actually saw fishnets pre-holed, like pre-torn.
Oh.
How lazy are you that you can't tear up your own fishnet stockings? Oh my God!
It's not like it's Mylar or anything. You know, you can kind of tear that up pretty well.
You don't even need scissors.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed that you're wearing a Madman Pondo shirt on several of your pictures on your MySpace. Yeah,
good old Pondo. I'm going to buy him some new scissors or something for his birthday.
No.
Yeah, Pondo's going to, if we ever get around to doing the Chainsaw Sally 2, he's going to come play with us. He said I get to beat him up. So.
Oh, excellent.
I'm really excited about that.
Uh-huh. Now, have you ever seen Madman Pondo in action in the ring?
Yeah, not live yet, only because we've been invited to events, but we just, scheduling-wise, we haven't been able to sync up. But no, he sent us footage, so we've watched a lot of his, quite a few of his shows. Wow, they're bloody. They're really bloody. All I can say is everybody in that ring is completely insane.
Right.
The weird thing is that I know that after they leave the ring, they just love each other.
Yeah,
that's the buddies, but they are just.
Yeah, I was saying there's no cranberry sauce either.
Yeah, no cranberry sauce. Yeah, that's what he's saying. You can really hit me and cut me and stuff. Oh, okay. That'll save us money in the budget.
That's true.
Blood,
everyone
that's great.
should do that. Hire hardcore wrestlers, and then you got
he might actually bring some friends, and we're actually thinking what would be funny is if we had a few really large wrestler guys like that. There's like a party scene at the end of Sally 2, and I just slay a whole bunch of people. We're kind of hoping that I can get to this point where I can actually jump from person to person, like without touching the ground.
Right.
Which I think would be really funny.
Well, that'd be great.
This crazy little ball of whirring saw blades jumping from big person to big person.
Got to get the Necro Butcher in there. He bleeds well, too.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
We'll hook you up with some wrestlers.
Yeah.
We know several of them. But the cops, I believe you brought them up earlier, Zeke and Earl. They had some of the funniest lines.
Those were classic.
Yeah, and I found out they were I guess friends of yours. Are they that funny? When they're not making a movie?
Yes, they are. That's how they got the parts. Is that they are very that funny, and a lot of the people ended up in these roles because their personalities fit so well into them. Brad plays Zeke, and he's very talkative and really witty. He comes up with a lot of great stuff, and his lines are actually based on a lot of the stuff that Jimmy O's mother said, because she just had this plethora of weird phrases that she would just spout off all the time. She's a really funny Southern woman. But and Aaron Martinick, who plays Earl, he's also pretty funny and witty, but like his character, he doesn't say much. Mm-hmm. But when he does, you pay attention. So.
No, when you're speaking like different lines and stuff, when you're talking about Batman being gay, now you didn't mean like the cool Batman in Dark Knight. You meant like the Batman.
I meant like Adam West.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better now.
No, yeah, the Adam West Batman, definitely.
Right. What were some of your favorite lines in the movie?
Let's see. I was the one that I'm saying to. Oh yes, when I tell Ruby that he shouldn't fuck farm animals. It'll rot his winky off and make him smell funny. I think that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, see, there's life lessons in the movie.
That's true.
It's not just all killing. You can learn from it. And let everybody know you can see Sally here. You can see April at the Horrifying Weekend. That's August 16th. She's going to be there on the Saturday. That's August 16th at the Marriott Inn and Conference Center in Adelphia, Maryland. We'll have the link right on the website, horrifyingweekend.com. And if you go over to chainsawsally.org, you can buy some stuff.
That's right.
What kind of stuff?
You can buy lots of stuff. We got all sorts of stuff. Yeah, we have, well, there's lots of photos that I autograph anything anybody asks me to. The photos come autographed. We have the Chainsaw Sally movie available, the Silver Scream movie, and T-shirts, and some new T-shirts that haven't been available until now.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll soon we'll be coming out with Good Sisters tees as well. We also have tank tops, which we haven't had before. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, and I think if you pre-order them, you actually, I think you save some money right now.
Yes, there's a deal, special deal.
Yeah, you save $5.
And giant, huge posters. Well, there's all sorts. I can't even keep up with what we keep adding to it.
Right. So just you guys gotta go there and check it out all the time, just to see what new stuff you can buy. Or new pictures you can ogle at.
There's lots.
Right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. Is there anything you want to tell everybody out there?
Keep watching horror movies. It's
Excellent.
a great event. People who don't watch horror movies are the ones who end up killing other people.
Right.
You gotta watch them.